Alrighty, hello YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I am Cryptic Coil, and in today's video, I am going to do another thrift store haul. Before I get into the books, let me show you a couple of movies that I picked up. Okay, so I picked up Bram Stoker's The Mummy. Now, I knew about the book, I did not know about this movie, so I'm not really into mummies myself, but I mean, I don't mind them that much. It was just, cool to pick this up. I didn't know it existed, and when I found it, I was just like, oh, cool. So I got it. And then I got this copy of My Bloody Valentine. Now, I don't know if this is the remake or not. Let me see. So I don't have, like, a little slip in here or anything. Um, and it doesn't really have a year. Huh, I guess this used to be a rental. Um, yeah, so I don't know. 2009. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is the remake. Yeah, that was cool to get. Hopefully, I'll get around to watching it soon. And then, lastly, I wanted to show off this. This is Are You Afraid of the Dark? The complete 91 episode Nickelodeon series on DVD. And I'm hoping to knock out at least one or two episodes before bed tonight. I actually bought this because I have a friend. She's essentially my best friend, and we used to work together. But she no longer works at the same company that I work at, and so we keep in touch and everything. And we talked about starting an "Are You Afraid of the Dark" watchathon that we plan on doing soon. So those are the movies. Now let me go ahead and get into this book haul. So it seems like people watch my channel for Goosebumps and R.L. Stein stuff. So I found this copy of Goosebumps Horrorland, and this is the Little Shop of Hamsters, number 14 in the series. And I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like trash. I don't think I'm gonna be interested. I just bought it because it's in superb condition, like almost brand new. And so let's go ahead and read the summary on back. An Instagrow pet. Amaze your friends with a giant creature. Sam desperately wants a pet. Too bad his parents don't think he's responsible enough and will barely let him keep the weird Instagrow animal from the Horrorland gift shop. To prove he's responsible, Sam takes an after school job in a pet store that sells nothing but hamsters. To his horror, Sam soon finds that cute little hamsters can become very uncute monsters. Suddenly, Sam isn't fighting for a pet, he's fighting to survive. Could the Horrorland souvenir have anything to do with this? Yeah, it sounds like trash. Not gonna read it. Okay, so there's that. Um, Next, I want to get into this book, okay? So I'm actually going to do a review on this very soon. I found this at a thrift store, and it's like in like superb condition, just excellent condition. And this is Bentley Little's book, The Association, which might be my second book from him that I've read. I'm gonna. He's a Bram Stoker award-winning author. He wrote a book called The Walking, which I have not read. Um, the tagline reads, "Follow the rules, don't say a word, and lock your door." So let me go ahead and show you the cover. What you're looking at here is a gated community. You're looking at the gate and the community behind the gate. And I'll go ahead and read the summary on back. Congratulations, Barney, or I'm sorry, congratulations, Barry and Maureen. You've been approved by the association and are encouraged to move into our exclusive gated community as soon as possible. Please be aware that we reserve the right to approve your decor, your landscaping, your friends, and your job. All relationships with neighbors should be avoided. Any interference from the outside will not be tolerated. Any attempt to leave will be stopped. Any infraction of the rules could result in severe fines, physical punishment, or death. Please send all other inquiries to the house on the hill, preferably before dark. P.S. You're being watched. Sincerely, the Association. The Los Angeles Times gave this book, or gave the author a review that reads, "If there's a better horror novelist working today, I don't know who it is." And he also got endorsements from Stephen King and Dean Koontz. Stephen King says, "The horror event of the year." Dean Koontz says, "Unusually clever, highly entertaining." So, yeah, I've read this book before. It came out in the year 2001. Yeah, I mean, this thing is just in awesome condition. I was really excited to find it, so I will be doing a review of it now that I have it. I'm just going to have to skim through the book and take some notes so I can give a good detailed review. Yeah. I want to find more of his books, though. I gave all mine away or got rid of them or something in my mid-20s. So let's see, what else do I got that you guys would be interested in right away? So let me do some like vintage like children's horror. Okay, so first things first, I want to show The Adventures of the Bailey School Kids. Aliens Don't Carve Jack-o'-lanterns. And the tagline reads, "Has all the candy in Bailey City vanished?" So go ahead and look at that cover. You see an alien and a flying saucer, and you see these jack-o'-lanterns, and you see the kids looking up at the alien in the flying saucer. You see Saturn or Neptune, maybe even. Yeah, I get really excited every time I find one of these that I don't have because I enjoyed these books so much as a kid. So it's nice to find them routinely at thrift stores. All right, so let's see, what else do I got? Okay, so I found a couple of books that I'd never heard of, and these are Apple paperbacks. They're for children, but these things are in like stellar condition. So this one is called Scared Stiff by Jonna N. Malcolm. Okay, now look at that. So you got these kids that are clearly frightened, black background, and there's a body lying on a gurney with a sheet covering it, and the body is sitting up. So let's read the tagline. "Somebody let the body out of the bag." Real quick, let me see what year this was again. So this was 1991. Okay, I just read the inscription, or not the inscription, but the dedication. So the author dedicates this to a, quote, Bethany, and it reads this, and this is really heartwarming. "This book is for you, and because of you, with love and appreciation." It's like, that's kind of heartwarming. And it also says, "Special thanks to the Johnson family and Dixon Rice for their help on this book." It's really nice. Okay. So there's another tagline on the back that reads, "The worms crawl in, the worms crawl out." And dead body. So, all right, here's the summary. "Kelly and Chase's parents don't have normal jobs like other kids' parents. The Andersons are morticians. They work on dead people. Kelly thinks that this is totally gross, but to Chase, it's a kick. He likes taking kids on tours to see the stiffs. The stiffs. That is until one night a body comes alive, and he's out for revenge, big time. It's the night of the living dead. Kelly, Chase, and their friend Matt only have two choices: stop the stiff or become one." So, that's pretty cool. I'd never heard of this book. I don't remember seeing it on the shelves or anything when I was a kid. But, that's some vintage horror. I also found this, and it's called Scared to Death. It's also an Apple paperback, and it's the same author, Jonna and Malcolm. And the tagline reads, "The only good babysitter is a dead one. Babysitters in horror." Love it. Now look at this cover. So these kids are really frightened and also angry, and you can see like an elderly woman. She's probably the babysitter, I'm guessing. And it's kind of a nice older Victorian home, it appears like. And whoa, no. The kids are like holding like mice, rats, frogs, and a bat. Look at that. The kids don't look frightened, they look menacing. Okay, so let's go ahead and read a summary on the back. So there's a second tagline on the back. "Uh oh, we've killed the babysitter." Muffy, Elliot, and Quentin Bullock are three rude, crude kids. They swear, they play horrible pranks, they burp. No one will ever babysit for them, not if they want to make it out alive. Then Mr. and Mrs. Bullock accidentally hire the meanest hag of a babysitter the kids have ever seen. She's almost as bad as they are, but the Bullock kids are going to scare her good, so their sitter never comes back. Only this time, they go a little too far. Okay, I dig it. That sounds pretty good. And then I found this one, and it's called The Girl with Silver Eyes by Willow Davis Roberts. And the tagline reads, "It's fun to make things move just by looking at them." So look at the cover. So you have this girl. She looks a little defiant, a little cocky. She's got her arms folded. Which is kind of a psychological defense mechanism. It's like there's walls. It's like putting up a wall between you and someone else. Like that's why we fold our arms. And there's this middle aged man in the background. Looks like he's carrying groceries, and all his groceries are shooting up out of his bag. And it looks like they're also standing in front of an apartment complex. Okay, so let's go ahead and read the back. Katie Welker is used to people thinking that she's odd. Nobody else has silver eyes. Nobody else can make things move just by thinking about them, and nobody else can talk with animals. Katie really likes her special powers until people start accusing her of bad things, including her grandmother's death. Katie knows she's never hurt anyone. Now Katie is living in a new place with her mother. She's sure she can make a new start until mysterious Mr. Cooper moves into the building and asks lots of questions about her. Katie is positive that he wants to arrest her. Okay, that's kind of random. What is he, a cop? All right. How can she save herself? Are there other kids like her? Should she use her special powers again? So that actually sounds pretty fun, pretty interesting. But these books like are all in like really good condition, especially for how old they are. Oh, Scared to Death. Let's look at the copyright year. So the copyright year is 1992, and this thing is just like in stellar condition, like beautiful cover. It doesn't look like it's ever been read, and I just found it at a thrift store today. And same thing with this one. This one has a little bit of wear and tear, but it's no big deal at all. Uh, there's probably brand new books on the shelves at Barnes and Noble with about as much wear and tear just from being shipping or whatever. All right, so then I also have this book, Secrets in the Attic, and it's again in Apple paperbacks, and the author is Carol Beach York. And the tagline on the front reads, "The answer to the mystery is right in front of her. If only she could see it." Again, Secrets in the Attic. So you have this young girl, and she's clearly in an attic. There's a mannequin with an old gown, probably like pajamas, like really old fashioned pajamas. There's like toys in a box. There's a shelf with more toys. And she has this look of concern, or like a concerned intrigue on her face, I would say. All right, so let's go ahead and read the back, or the summary on back. And there's another tagline on the back which reads, "Something in the attic held the key to the mystery." So here's the summary. Jody wants to go back to East Hills for Christmas more than anything. East Hill was where she grew up until her father was killed in a car accident. Nothing was the same after that, especially when people started saying her father had stolen some money. Jody knows her father is innocent, but so far she hasn't been able to expose the real thief. When she gets to East Hill, Jody can't wait to explore the attic in Aunt Winifred's big house. It was always her favorite place. The trunks of beautiful old clothes, the shelves of wonderful toys, the old books and magazines all remind her of happier times. But Jody has a strange feeling this time. Something in the attic is different, something very important. If only she could remember. Okay, so this book is also in pretty good condition. I think it's been read before, or at least started, but it's still in pretty decent condition. All right, so I found this book called Bloodsuckers, The Vampire Archives, and this is volume number 1, and it includes stories by Stephen King and Dan Simmons, Bram Stoker, and many more. So that's what it looks like. I'll just move on. I found another Lois Duncan book, so I don't have this one, never heard of this one. This one is called Locked in Time, and let's go ahead and read the tagline and the summary on the back. So the tagline on the front reads, "Who pays the price for eternal youth?" And there's a lovely young lady, and in the palm of no, someone is presenting her an hourglass in the palm of their hand, and she looks very disturbed. And so the tagline reads, "Who pays the price for eternal youth?" And the summary on the back reads, New Orleans, a world of mystery, magic, and timeless beauty. Locked in time, when Nor discovers her new stepmother's horrible beauty secrets, time starts running out. Can Nor save herself and her father before it's too late? I wonder if it's kind of like a nod to Countess Elizabeth Bathory. So I found this, and this is pretty exciting. I found a point. I think it might be a point horror. I'm not sure, but the author is Jillian Cross. The title is Wolf, and the tagline reads, "Don't look now." And look at that. Look at that cover. A wolf with its teeth bared, its snout wrinkled up, and in the eyes of the wolf is the reflection of a young lady. I like wolves. So let's read the back. "What big eyes you have. Something very strange is going on, something Cassie doesn't understand. It began with the dreams, nightmares about flowers and wolves. Suddenly, Cassie finds herself living in an abandoned house, but the nightmares don't stop, and the terror doesn't end. The wolf is at the door, and it wants to come in." Okay, so it's another take on Little Red Riding Hood, I guess. What year was this? 1990. Okay. It's in pretty good condition too. So I wonder if Cameron Chaney has it in his collection. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. So then I found this book, and it's called Don't Look in the Mirror. And the tagline reads, You never know who you'll meet on the other side of the mirror, I guess. And so there's a young lady looking in the mirror, and something's going on with her reflection. Half of her face is dark. Okay, it's also asymmetrical. So that eye looks very different from that eye. And so that's interesting. I don't know what to make of that. So let's read the summary on back. This image has a life of its own. Alice has always hated her appearance. So it's a very strange feeling when looking in a mirror one day she sees a more beautiful version of herself staring back. Even more surprising, the image begins speaking, demanding to be called Alicia. The young woman in the mirror helps Alice get a sophisticated makeover, and a cute guy at school finally notices her. But what does Alicia want in return? It isn't very pretty, and Alice is soon fighting for her life. So that sounds really interesting, and the copyright is 1998, so I mean, counts as vintage horror. Let's see, what else do I got? Okay, so one of my favorite authors ever is James Patterson. Now, from what I hear, he doesn't write all of his own books. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Okay, they've got his name on it. Most of them are like super, super good. The only one that I really remember not liking was called Swimsuit. And I don't know if I missed something, but I was not pleased with the ending. I was not pleased with the ending at all. Something tells me I might have missed something along the way, and I just didn't understand the ending properly or something like that. Maybe I need to reread it, but I'm just not motivated to. But other than that, I love his books. So this one is called Three Women Disappear. And I do want to read the summary on this one. So on the back, it's just a picture of him. And this is what the summary. Sarah, his personal chef, Anna, his wife Serena, his maid. Okay. Accountant Anthony Costello has a talent for manipulating both numbers and people, turning losses into profits, enemies into allies, and vice versa. When Costello is found murdered in his own home, three suspects had motive. All three had access to his house, and all three women are missing. Are they in the wind or in the grave? Eyes are on Detective Sean Walsh, whose personal connection to the case is stronger than his leads to solve it. Neither the powerful bankroll behind Costello nor Walsh's vengeful superior officer can budge the investigation. Yet, as Walsh continues to dig, he uncovers even more reasons the women have to stay hidden from the law and from one another. So, that actually sounds pretty good. Found somebody's mail in here. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, so I have a number of James Patterson books, and I usually just kill them. I mean, they're such fast reads. And then I have this one called Murder Games. And he's popular enough, I guess I should read the tagline. Okay, so the life Dr. Dylan Reinhardt saves may be his own. Dr. Dylan Reinhardt wrote the book on criminal behavior. Literally, he's a renowned best-selling Ivy League expert on the subject. When a copy of his book turns up at a gruesome murder scene, along with a threatening message from the killer, it looks like someone has been taking note. Elizabeth Needham is the headstrong and brilliant NYPD detective in charge of the case who recruits Dylan to help investigate another souvenir left at the scene. A playing card. Another murder, another card. And now Dylan suspects that the cards aren't a signature, they're a deadly hint pointing directly toward the next victim. As tabloid headlines about the killer known as the Dealer scream from newsstands, New York City descends into panic. With the cops at a loss, it's up to Dylan to hunt down a serial killer, unlike any the city has ever seen. Only someone with Dylan's expertise can hope to get inside the mind of a criminal and convince the dealer to lay down his cards. But after thinking like a criminal, could Dylan become one? A heart pounding novel of suspense, more shocking than any tabloid true crime story. Murder Games introduces the next unforgettable character from the imagination of James Patterson, the world's #1 best selling author. All right. That sounds pretty good. Let's see. I do have just a couple more and I'll get through them really quick. Okay. So I'm into philosophy and I picked up this book. It's called The Portable Nietzsche. Um, and so yeah, I need to get back into this. Yep. So that's interesting. I found this book called Vampire Beach 1 Bloodlust and Initiation. Paradise has a dark side, is the tagline. So it looks like two young lovers lying on the beach with the tide, just on the edge of the tide. Let's read the back. Being the new guy can really suck. Jason Freeman is psyched when his family relocates to exclusive DeVere Heights in Malibu. The kids at his posh new high school are surprisingly friendly, and pretty soon Jason's part of the in crowd. Meeting the hottest girl he's ever seen makes it all that much sweeter. Then one morning, after an off the hook party, a dead girl washes up on the beach. There are no clues to her death except a suspicious looking bite mark on her body. Suddenly, Jason finds himself surrounded by a mystery that has just one twisted, horrific explanation. Too bad the girl of his dreams is at the heart of it all. Yeah, I definitely see myself getting around to reading this. Um, I picked up this copy of The Lovely Bones. I have not seen the movie, but I have heard terrific things. So I picked up that book and I hope to actually get around to reading it. I picked up a copy of Anne Rice's Exit to Eden. Now, unfortunately, this is not a vampire book. I wish it were. It's not. It's actually another erotica novel. In all honesty, I don't see myself ever reading it. Um, I really just don't see myself reading it. I actually don't really even know what it's about, but I do know it's one of her erotica novels. Um, and then I picked up this copy of Anne Rice's Lasher, which I know I had when I was young. I don't know whatever happened to my copy of it. Yeah, unfortunately, I've been spending the last couple years paying for things that I used to have. So that cannot be financially prudent. But I'm getting these things from thrift stores, so it actually kind of is. Yeah, so I found this at a thrift store, and this thing is in stellar condition. The dust jacket is in excellent condition. The spine is super healthy and strong. And I looked at it to see if it'll tell me what printing it is, and it says second printing before publication. So, yeah, I mean, I guess it's a second printing of Lasher. And this is the last book, by the way, but it's nice that my Anne Rice and my Lois Duncan collections are coming along. It's nice to have a Bentley Little book in my collection once again. Uh, and it's cool to find some, vintage children's horror Apple paperbacks as well. And it was also cool to pick up some new James Pattersons. So I really look forward to reading this. And I was thinking, maybe in the future I can make videos about like Goosebumps books or Fear Street novels or maybe even Christopher Pike novels. if there are any parallels where like the plot is reminiscent of the plot of an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? And I can just kind of talk about the similarities and the differences. We'll see. We'll see. And maybe I'll even like start doing like a list of like my favorite and least favorite episodes from each season. So, I mean, yeah, I have, the potential for some really cool new content coming up in the future. So, look forward to a review of Bentley Little's The Association, and I will have that review of Stranger with My Face this week, and I will begin reading another Fear Street novel to review as well. All right, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care. Horns up. Peace out.